poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the life that has been faithfully designed for you, or the ability to create your own path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So listen, before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. And even the ones behind the scenes, I see y'all too. So look, the title of this video is going to be on the fact that imagine getting so far disconnected from who you are that your life is basically constructed up of what you have been taught by others on who you should be. Everything that you have learned in life was basically constructed by someone else. You actually never really took the time to be able to discover who you truly were. And because of that, you lost that person way back a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's almost as if that person has been lost in a world where it was okay to be lost. Now it's time where it's either show face or, you know what I'm saying, get discredited for basically being a shell of all different types of people that you're not really truly yourself. Listen, let me help y'all understand something. It's a way to detach your energy away from things that are not good for you, but keep who you are. A lot of people that have mastered learning how to do that, they detach from everybody and they focus on themselves, but they lost who they are in the process. So what that means is you'll basically do whatever without really being able to look at what's good for you and what's not. It took me a little bit of time to focus on how to get stronger in doing that. You know what I'm saying? I had to realize, listen, the universe made you exactly the way that is comfortable for you, exactly the way that brings you much joy, exactly to be who you are. Stop moving away from that by, you know what I'm saying, being versions of what other people want you to be. Because what they're doing is they're shifting you and molding you into who they want you to be, not giving you the ability to be able to be yourself. And if you don't know who's truly themselves, how will you know who's doing that? You don't. You know what I'm saying? Because you're still trying to figure out who you are. So it's like once you get to that point, you're strong enough to be able to block out anybody that's not, you know, encouraging you to be who you are. You know what I'm saying? And knowing it's nothing wrong with me. I have the free range to be who I am. There was never nothing wrong with me from the gate. It's just I was so chaotic in my brain because I was trapped inside of a box that was created by others, not created by me. And I'm trying to break out because there are things that I'm comfortable with and who I am, and I'm not allowed to freely be those things because there's so many people judging who I should be based off the box that they got me fit in. You know what I'm saying? And they are not even comfortable in their own box. So you have to think how much that causes so much confusion in the world. You know what I'm saying? You have to really understand and be aware in knowing who you are and being able to be strong enough to cut the cords of things that you were so strongly connected to that you felt as if you didn't abide by those, or you didn't agree to those, or you didn't do those things, people were gonna disown you, dislike you, and you know what I'm saying, go against you solely because of who you truly are. That is the, I think, strongness that everybody is not capable of doing, because they are tied to something, they need something, and so it causes them to not break down that barrier and that wall because they don't like the feeling that comes with feeling as if you're, you know, disowned, alone. But imagine not really being able to be yourself in a box that's created by other people, you already are feeling alone. That's why your mind is in so much chaos. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's just mentally and physically. They look different, but they're not different at all. They're actually very much the same thing. Me being able to fully be who I am has acquired me so much peace, but it comes with lessons. It comes with obstacles. It comes with setbacks, but I can't stop because I enjoy being me. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy being who I truly am without trying to fit in a box that somebody has created for me. And that is, you know what I'm saying, difficult and an obstacle for people because they're not truly themselves. They have disconnected from the world, but they haven't, you know what I'm saying, disconnected away from people in a way to where it was in time to save who they were. Not only did they disconnect from people, they also disconnected from themselves. So they have no clue who they are. You know what I'm saying? Everything that people say to them and control them and mold them to be is who they are and their information. And it could be wrong. It could be the wrong way. It could be an objection to what's really real. You know what I'm saying? And trust and believe that I believe personally it is strongest when it comes to having positive, constructive relationships with people. A lot of us have not been taught the traits to have positive, constructive relationships with anybody. Because anytime we feel as if we're getting too close to someone, that we automatically made to feel as if they're a threat or they're going to do something wrong to us or they're not going to like us or this or that. So that dissolves and breaks down the relationships to where a lot of times on the internet, people look at healthy relationships in a negative way because they lack the traits or to be able to have positive relationships with people because not being taught and how they feel about themselves. They're disconnected from who they are and as well as being disconnected from everyone else. So who they are is basically who they feel as if they need to be by the energy that they're around or next to. But if something happened that doesn't align with their soul, you feel me? They automatically get triggered and they feel some type of way, which lets them and everybody around them know, hey, you not being yourself. You not being who you truly are for real. Because if you were, you would understand that, you feel me, that could be healthy to humanity. You know what I'm saying? Not just me, not just you, but everybody. It's not a threat to you because you took on learning something that somebody else taught you that was irrelevant to their life. You know what I'm saying? And you made it your own, even though you never took the time to discover if it was true or false or not. You know what I'm saying? By going through your own life experiences. And then, you know, you get to a point in life where it's time to actually be you and you don't even know where to start. You don't even know where to begin. And trust me, it will show in your aurora. It will show in your personality. It will show in your choices. It will show in your everyday life. It will show in who you are. And it's almost as if, like, for the people that connected to the world and then disconnected but still had a sense of self, they have to protect themselves from people that are disconnected from people as well as themselves, because they will do whatever is necessary to, you know what I'm saying, act as if they're connected when they're not, which is dangerous. You feel me? To people that are truly still connected to who they are. So imagine having to pull back who I am to, you know what I'm saying, fit into a room where it's a lot of people who have no idea who they are. If they get a sense or a sniff or a smell of who I truly am, you know what I'm saying, they're going to be able to zone in on that. And that takes place as far as, you know, trying to get at somebody, flirting, trying to get close to them, because now they have sensed out who you truly are. And it's a mental mind thing. I'm not really changing who I am. I'm still the same person, but what's happening is I'm pulling back some of my traits. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, act how I normally would in a space where it is a bunch of people and I have no idea who they are. What I'm doing is I'm scanning, asserting, and getting to know. But that still doesn't mean I feel safe enough to be able to truly be myself, which means bits and pieces are able to come out like a typewriter. You know, my grandma had a typewriter like when I was little. You know how like you press the buttons and each one's taps the page to write on the paper, but they don't come out until you press the button. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. But it's a psychological thing that you have to learn how to do. You know what I'm saying? Because I was once a person who gave everything right up front. And that let people know where the weaknesses are and where the strong points are. You feel me? And then they use you for their own power and control. And therefore, it depletes you. It makes you feel less than because they feel as if they're able to do whatever they want to do based off their own insecurities. So again, it's just having the ability to know when to show face and not show face. Doesn't mean I'm being fake. Doesn't mean I'm not being me. I just have the ability to control what I show and what I don't show, because then again, that will make the people who are on the search for trying to accumulate something in their life or get in touch with who they are to use that person in a way where, okay, I've identified what is weak, what is strong, and I'm going to use it for my own ability. I have no idea who I am, though. I'm disconnected from myself and others. Like, it's weird. And it's a complicated dynamic, but it's something that is used in the world to be able to, you know what I'm saying, figure out and know how to adjust to people. Because we're all in this world together, but we're all looking at it from different perspectives. We're all looking at it from different points of view. We're all going through things in different ways. But at the end of it all, we will all pass away the same. Two things is guaranteed: birth and death. You know what I'm saying? But in between that is, man, so much information, knowledge, points of views, people, and you have to be able to understand how to treat that. Otherwise, what will happen is you will be depleted. You will succumb to the lifestyle of the box that has been created by someone before you on who you should be. You know what I'm saying? And you will leave when maybe you may have had a purpose or impact that can help, you know what I'm saying, people look at life differently. So you have to be strong enough to not lose yourself entirely. Still keep a piece of yourself there. But, you know what I'm saying? Let everyone believe that they've got you right where they want you. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's harder for them to, you know, put you in a box and control you. Listen, it was the hardest freaking show of life I ever had to go through. Sometimes I think about life like, man, really? This is what it is? But then I look at it like, that is how you make a new way. And if you really truly love with everything you have, you understand and know that, you feel me, your family, your young lives are an extension of you on a soul level. So if you want better for you, you want better for them. You know what I'm saying? If you want better for you, you want better for your friends. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. You know what I'm saying? But everybody had that thinking, but they got trapped by their trauma. And they disassociated from others as well as themselves. So their behavior is based off of the people before them and the people before them. So they are not being able to fully be them. When they question who they are, or think about who they are, it's a part of their soul related to the confines that they've been trapped in that steps up and takes the role on how to deal with people. And that could be dangerous. Because a person could put you in a blind spot solely because they don't care about themselves or you. You know what I'm saying? And imagine how, listen, people get caught up in those situations every single day. So understand and know that psychologically, you are disconnected from yourself or disconnected from others, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll be certain things that trigger you that you don't allow the people to see. But you're in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll be people that are in there somewhere. They haven't lost it. And they're going to get back to who they are with also understanding how to disconnect from people when the time is right. Otherwise, it'll be people that'll be too stronger than them that'll overpower them because they're not strong enough in who they are, and they will end up crippling to the box that they have them in solely because they want to control them on how they think they should be and who they are without self-discovering who they truly are. You know what I'm saying? Listen, once I got to that point, it was like, listen, some of the things I went through in life, I learned, and I basically experienced with doing the opposite. But I found out that, hey, I like this more. You can't control me and make me think this way. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I like, and I'm going to do it. And you ain't going to stop me. And you ain't going to make me do what you want me to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I want to do because I liked it. Meaning it's just experience. You experience it and then you test it out. Okay, well, I don't really like this. You know what I'm saying? And then you go and try something else. And you figure out, okay, now I got something to compare it to. So I realized that I like the other thing more. So I'm going to continue to do what makes me happy. That's what life is about. You know, my whole mannerism, how I dress, who I am, you feel me, the way I choose to be, all of it is things that I've discovered that brings me joy. And I like them. And I'm not going to change that up for anyone else. I just now understand that dealing with anyone, you have to get stronger in who you are and your ability to tap into yourself when necessary so people can understand not to play with you. But if you don't know who you are, you feel me, spiritually, that leaves room for anyone to attack because they can tell that you're disconnected from who you truly are. You're a lost soul, which means if I be around you long enough and I control your brain long enough, I'm going to convince you to think that this is how life really is without going out in search of discovering the truth. If you really want to know the truth for real, trust me, it'll be a time where you'll know the truth for real. But you're going to have to be strong enough to go up against challenging that. And a lot of people are too afraid to lose people because those are the ones that taught them whatever they know. And when they disconnect, they feel like, you know what I'm saying, they're the invisible soul of themselves that has been lost a long time ago. Listen, it's real. It's not fake. And in order to get back to that, you have to be able to disassociate yourself from people, period. Because oftentimes the reason why we're so comfortable around being around people that we're attached to is because we have grown a soul tie to that. Our soul tie is attached to that very thing. And those will be the hardest cords to cut. You know what I'm saying? It will take a long time sometimes. You know what I'm saying? For you to finally get to a point where you're like, you know what? Listen, I know what you own. I know what you about. You know what I'm saying? You showed me time and time again after I gave you chances and you sold your soul for real. You know what I'm saying? And you're lost in who you are and disconnected from the world. That leaves an empty vessel for anybody to control you, which means you don't care who it is. If you put my back up against a rock in a hard space, it wouldn't matter to you. Listen, you got me fucked up all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real though. You know? But when you listen, you have some sense of morality of who you are. It's now a point in time where you can be that in the world. I know right from wrong. I know what's right and I know what's wrong. I know how to move correctly. I don't care if it doesn't fit your little perfect picture of how you should move. I don't care that your life is for you. Mine is for me. So far, so good. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't lose myself in the process. It's things that I've done, you feel me, in my life that I got lost and left in because I was too busy trying to have people fit me in a box that was controlled by them. You know what I'm saying? Now I done got back to doing the things that I truly love. I done got back to fully, and it shows. It will show. You know what I'm saying? It's the ability to understand the difference between the truth and the reality of someone that is still present in their soul and who they are, and the truth and the reality and the non-reality of a person that is portraying and acting as if because they're basically stepping up for a soulless vessel, which could be anybody or any soul related thing that may not be healthy for nobody, not even themselves. You feel me? Listen, let me tell you something. It's real, you know, and I think the best thing about it is the sexiest thing I see is when a person's really truly them for real. That is a turn on to me. You know what I'm saying? But I have to realize and understand that, everybody is not on the same lane as you. So what happens is you change your thoughts. You change how you think. Yeah, that's attractive, but they got their own shit. When someone is for you, you feel me, or your group is for you, you'll know. And sometimes it's not always physical. It may be spiritually. But you have to wait until, those people hash out whatever they need to hash out to be present in your life physically. Because the world is still going through changes. But if people are going through their own spiritual experiences and they arrive in your life too soon, that could damage you and put you back. And now, you feel me? Listen, absolutely not. Not today, not tomorrow, not never. You know what I'm saying? Once you realize how it's played, it's not exempt to no one. Only reason why you feel as if that person may get a pass is because you're so connected to them. Cut that cord and focus on yourself, and you'll start to realize like they're just like everybody else. When you have finally figured out who you are and you present with your soul and who you are physically, you will know who basically perceives life on the same, you feel me, vision as you. You know what I'm saying? That you won't be a threat. They won't be trying to put you down. They won't judge you. They won't control you. They won't make you try to fit their box. They'll love you exactly for who you are. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reality of the real. But we haven't been taught that, so nobody really knows. You know what I'm saying? We have just been so far detached from who we are due to whatever, conditioning in childhood, that you tend to only stay around people that have that same conditioning without figuring out how to get you back, but cutting the cords that you are so attached to that controls your brain into thinking a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you don't know what it is I just told you, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.